Okay, let's imagine you're first getting on podcasting because you want to grow your listener base and your audience. Chances are you're probably not the only podcast in your niche. With 70 million podcast episodes as of April 2023, visibility on podcast directories is hard. Soon enough, after a few episodes, you realize that it's so hard to stand out in a growing sea of podcast shows. Like, nobody cares about my show. And today, I want to tell you that you can compete on a different playing field. That is turning your podcast episodes into compelling blog posts that grow your audience and bring new audiences to your podcast show. Approximately 63,000 queries are made on Google every second. In fact, the podcast consumer from Edison Research shows that searching the internet has been the most cited method of discovering podcasts. So why limit yourself to podcast listeners only? A blog can attract readers through SEO, engage them, and then reach them through your newsletter subscriptions. Also, website visitors are much more valuable than anonymous podcast listeners. So now, in this video, I want to tell you 3 key benefits of doing this conversion. Turning your podcast episodes into blog posts, and then I'll tell you the exact steps of how you can do this today. Also, in the full case study found on our blog, I will highlight AI tools so you can do all of this efficiently. So are you ready for the key benefits? Number 1, well, it increases exposure through written content. So depending on the topic covered, many people appreciate that they can read the post at their own pace. Others still may not have that luxury to listen to the entire podcast episode. Now also, this written blog post can be submitted into publications that are read by your target audience. And you might even get a noteworthy feature in a major publication in your niche. Number 2, traffic growth and SEO benefits. I always talk about Katie Ferraro of Baby-Led Winning Made Easy podcast. Since starting this podcast blog in late 2020, she has received approximately 900 visitors per month and has ranked for 3,000 plus keywords. Remember, she has a separate website, so we're only talking about podcast blog visitors. You can visit her website to discover how she created the so-called minimum viable blog or MVB, as each episode has just a summary, a few graphics, and a plugin for podcast transcription. Imagine how much more traffic and SEO rankings, thus more visitors you can drive to your podcast blog if you create full-blown articles, not just this minimum viable blog. So repurposing your audio gold is one of the easiest ways to create SEO-driven content because the content has already been created. You just need to optimize it for text. Number 3, guests love sharing written content. If you do a lot of podcast interviews, turning these conversations into amazing articles gives a lot of value to your podcast guests by highlighting their expertise in multiple formats. Here's one testimonial from one of the clients of Podreacher, a company that turns podcast interviews into hit articles with their in-house writers. The first step towards podcast to blog post conversion is transcription. So once you have a transcript in hand, it's time to transform that raw text into an engaging article. In our full case study, we showed you how to manually do this, which is really time consuming. But podcast creation itself is already a big time commitment. Who has time to create a blog post version for each episode? Heather of Seek First CEO, who's a Christian business coach, said this: "One of my least enjoyable tasks is writing the show notes for each podcast. It's prevented me from writing blogs for each and then using Pinterest to share. I'm so missing out." KP, The built-in public guy on Twitter and an experienced podcaster has yet to find time to accomplish this. Haven't thought about converting my podcast episodes into blog posts yet. Someday. So in this video, I want to focus on how we use a very powerful AI tool called Content at Scale. I'm in awe of how fast AI tools are changing the content creation game. A year ago, we were doing this conversion from podcast episodes to blog posts for our clients 100% manually. But I was so thrilled to hear that Content at Scale's 2.0 release now incorporates this conversion of existing podcast episodes into full-blown SEO optimized articles. Can you imagine how this will be a game changer for a lot of podcasters? Let's dive in. Content at Scale is what I personally use to grow Blog Growth Collective. I've been mentored by Julia McCoy, who is now the president of Content at Scale. Here's a sneak peek of Content at Scale.
I'm Julia, the president, but I've been an entrepreneur for 10 years. The reason I'm here is because of the core value point Content at Scale was built around, and that was doing whatever it took, at whatever cost it took, to deliver quality content from the AI. Content at Scale can generate a 2,900 plus word blog in minutes. This blog includes your links. It includes an on-page SEO checklist right there on the right inside the app. And by the way, this is a fully functioning app, unlike ChatGPT where you can't click into it and edit it. Content at Scale comes with its own editor. The on-page SEO checklist can replace multiple other famous SEO tools you might know. And the SEO insights you get with the keywords on the right come directly from crawling the top of Google on the spot the minute you click create content. This is proprietary software, and you're not going to get it with ChatGPT. And by the way, I developed an SEO writing course just to train writers how to do this, how to look at the top of Google. This software now does it in seconds.
Did you see what Julia demonstrated? It basically is saying that the long manual steps explained in a whole section inside our full case study can now be done in minutes using Content at Scale. Sounds like a dream come true, right? So Content at Scale.ai is designed specifically for repurposing podcast episodes into engaging blog posts. The platform uses advanced artificial intelligence algorithms to transcribe your audio files accurately and efficiently. It then organizes the transcription by identifying key points, headings, and subheadings that are relevant to your topic. Content at Scale also helps optimize your content for search engines by analyzing keyword usage and suggesting improvements based on SEO best practices. This ensures that your newly created blog post not only reads well, but also ranks high in search engine results pages. I've featured StephanieGas.com, and she is very smart because she has a blog freelancer converting her podcast episodes into blog posts. But now with Content at Scale, you don't even need a transcription service. And then your writer eliminates the steps of needing to listen to the full episode and structuring everything, plus doing optimization for SEO. Instead of this, your freelancer writer or VA can spend his or her time editing and getting your unique voice conveyed well, because we want to keep your voice and your style intact. With Content at Scale, you really don't need to worry about SEO anymore. If you weren't sure what keywords to target, simply find competitors or content sites in your niche or influencers on YouTube or podcast in your industry. And content for days. You'll get an entirely freshly written article, not a transcription or summary, but a full-blown optimized article that is completely original. Podcasts and YouTube videos will actually embed right inside the post itself as well. This is podcast content marketing on a whole new level. Take a look at real-life examples of how good Content at Scale 2.0 is. With no human editing, be prepared to have your mind blown at how good Content at Scale's output are. Again, these are written by Content at Scale with no editing. Go ahead and click on each of our examples now. We've come to the exciting part of announcing our giveaway. We're actually giving away 6 months worth of podcast episodes to blog post conversion to one lucky winner. And this prize is easily worth $5,000 based on how much other service providers charge. And we've made it simple to participate and join in. Just read all the details on the full case study found at blogrosecollective.com. And we're so excited to see who are going to join us for this giveaway. I really want to help all content creators, podcasters like yourself, to easily be found in Google with the least amount of effort. So what we've realized over the years of working with SEO clients is blogging is a long game that a lot of entrepreneurs miss out on its compounding effect. But now with AI tools, all this can be done faster and in a more efficient way. As your gift to Blog Rose Collective readers, we'll be releasing a full training video to show you how this can be done using Content at Scale. And our giveaway winner will actually be our next case study after 6 months. We'll show you how easily you can be found by new podcast listeners through Google. When you sign up to our free training video, we'll add you to our newsletter updates, where you'll get a chance to actually test Content at Scale for one episode for free. I hope that this was useful and that this has inspired you. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments in this video, and I'd love to get back to you. Our goal is to help you grow your podcast and your brand by ranking on Google. Because you can. The software is here and you don't have to hire SEO agencies anymore. So we'll talk soon. Bye!